Hi everyone. We are finished spelling list 32. So for the last few days, we're going to talk about commonly confusing words and how you make sure you use them correctly. So we're going to go to the PowerPoint. And this PowerPoint's a little different than my usual PowerPoints. Remember, I told you sometimes I buy them from the website called Teachers Pay Teachers, so I bought this one. So it's got a little bit of a different feel to it, but I think you'll like it. All right. First is a joke. Not really the funniest joke in the world, honestly. Why did they stay after school? They have to learn some tricky homonyms. Two, two, and two. Now, many students, some of you, have difficulty using these three forms of two correctly. So today's lesson is just a little review of what each one means and how to use it correctly. TWO is a number word. I have 2 feet. Easy. TOO means also or in addition. It can also mean very or more than should be. And then TO is the most common of the three. It's a preposition. It can be used in a prepositional phrase. I'm going to the store. It can also be used in front of a verb. This is something you'll learn in middle school and high school English. It can be used in sentences like, I want to swim, or he went to eat. So sometimes TO comes before an action verb, and sometimes it's used as a prepositional phrase. My dog went to the groomer. And TOO means also or in addition to. I want to go to the store too. It's TOO. And the one where everybody makes a mistake is when it means very or more than it should be. I was too tired to get up. That is TOO. Okay, sorry, I didn't let it come up naturally. Okay, an example for the number word, a lion, a tiger, and 2 bears. Oh my. TOO. I want to be interviewed too, or also. He says, you are too dull or very dull. He should interview me. And we have TO. To the beach, prepositional phrase. I'm going to swim the whole time, to in an action verb. Remind me to send a postcard to my sister, prepositional phrase in a sentence. So we see the way that these three forms of the word to are used. TWO is the easiest one because it's the number word. But where we get mixed up is TOO and TO. Remember, it's always going to be TOO if you mean also or very. Okay, it's not TO, it's TOO. That's where we get confused sometimes. Okay, we're going to have some examples, and then you're going to pick the one that is incorrect. Have you had a chance to play the hot new game, Furious Birds? You use a catapult to fling birds and knock down some buildings. Of course, most of the birds are too fat to go very far. All right, look at those 3 sentences and find the one that has the error in the use of the word to. All right, the answer is C. This should be the word TOO. The birds are very fat, more than they should be. So it should be too fat to go very far, TOO. This is the most common mistake I see with students in using the word to correctly. Okay, let's do another one. Get your brain working. Did you know that the famous Mr. Phineas Q Moneybags III owns over 2 dozen sports cars? The wealthy Mr. Moneybags, known as MB to his friends, hates driving the same car 2 days in a row. His son thinks buying all those cars was too wasteful, but Phineas doesn't agree. All right, which one has the error in the use of the word to? Okay, this was probably a lot easier than the last one. It's A, because 2 dozen sports cars should be the number word to. TWO. Okay, that one was probably not too challenging. All right, let's try another one. The pirates had been sailing for nearly 2 months, prowling the high seas for unsuspecting ships to attack. They were not only almost out of food, but their water barrels were practically empty too. The weary men were too scared of their captain to demand he turn the ship around, though. Hey, look carefully. Again, this one is one of the easier ones. It is A, because we need the number word, 2 months, TWO, telling the number of months they've been sailing. All right, another one. There's a gopher in my backyard that has already eaten 2 of my mother's tomato plants and over 50 carrots. She wants the pesky critter gone, but she cares too much about animals and won't do anything that might harm the gopher. I'm going to buy a sonic emitter that uses sound waves to drive away annoying pests without hurting them. Okay, look carefully. All right, this one might have been a little bit trickier. Letter C. TOO should be TO, paired with an action verb, to buy. Okay, next one. I'm a little suspicious that my new neighbor might be an evil mastermind plotting to take over the world. The big clue was when I saw him reading a book called How to Conquer the World in 2 Weeks or Less. I think his pet cat, Butterscotch, might be evil too, but that could just be my imagination. All right. Which one is incorrect? Right, letter C. TOO. It needs to be TOO, not TO, because this means also. He might be evil too. TOO. Okay, next one. Jessica's family goes to the Outer Banks in North Carolina every year at the end of July. This year they are going to be staying for 2 weeks instead of just 1 as they normally do. Jessica's parents are going to let her bring along a friend this year. Right, look carefully to find the error in the usage of to. And it is A. It should be TO. To is being used as a preposition to the Outer Banks. TO, or in the direction of a particular place. All right, next one. My father spent 2 years designing and building his latest creation, Robo, the mathematical robot. I tried to have Robo do my algebra homework for me last night while I played video games. Unfortunately, not only did Robo make a ton of mistakes, but its handwriting was messy too. All right, look carefully. Okay, it's B. TOO should be TO. It's paired with a verb, to have. Okay. Remember, TOO means also or very, so that wouldn't make sense. Next one. Tim and his family are flying to Oregon this coming March so they can visit his grandparents in Portland. He hasn't seen them since they last visited Tim's family in Delaware over 2 years ago. Tim's dad thought driving would be fun, but his mom said a car ride would be too long. Again, this mistake is the most common mistake I see students make all the time. And it is C. TO should be TOO. The ride will be overly long, more long than Tim's mom wants it to be. Okay, another one. The 3 sheep greeted the latest visitor to their hillside with some nervousness. Normally, the trio of fluffy friends were more than happy to welcome a guest. However, this particular sheep had teeth that seemed a bit too sharp for eating just grass. Look carefully, see if you can spot the error. And it is B. TO, paired with the verb to welcome. does not mean very or more than is needed or also. So it wouldn't make sense to be TOO. All right, when using two, or two, don't forget, TWO is a number word. I have 2 feet. TOO means very or also or in addition. I want to go to. TO, the preposition, like to the beach, or with a verb, to eat, to sleep, to run. Okay, that was just a little review of 2, 2, and 2. Just so that you can remember how to use them correctly, there will be an LMS quiz where you just show me that you understand what this little lesson was about today by putting in the correct form of the word. All right, that's it. I'll see you later.